heart of gold fills the soul with a ruthless cry. Stranger now are his eyes to this mystery. Here's the silence so loud. Crack of dawn, all is gone except the will to be. Now they see what will be, blinded eyes to see. Oh, the bell tolls. Drop on the way. Time marches on. Oh, the bell tolls. Time marches on. Oh, the bell
Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in. So the reason why I made this video was just in case any of you wanted to see what it looks like to wrap a motorcycle. I know this is just a small section of it, probably the least difficult to do, but I still made some mistakes, as we can see here. So I kind of wanted to go over those with you, as well as go over some tips for working with vinyl wrap, so that hopefully you don't have to learn the hard way like I did. So the first mistake I made was not doing enough research beforehand into how to wrap. I had done a little bit of research. I remember watching a few videos made by professionals that made it look easier than baking a cake. I remember thinking to myself, that looks so easy, how hard could it be? But without seeing the struggles of what could go wrong, I had no idea just how difficult this stuff could be to work with. The second mistake I made was not properly prepping the surface. I did spray some high quality windshield and plastic cleaner to get all the gunk off, but I was missing a crucial step. As you can see here, I'm spraying a liquid on the surface of the vinyl to act as a lubricant for the squeegee. That liquid is basically just a tablespoon of dish soap mixed with about a liter of warm water. You're actually going to want to spray some of that soapy solution on the surface you're applying the vinyl wrap to before you apply it, because it helps to act like a temporary lubricant. It'll actually allow the vinyl to really easily unwrinkle and smooth out as you're setting it down, and also it allows you to adjust it just in case you didn't set it down perfectly the first time. While it does initially keep the wrap from adhering to the surface, it'll squeeze out with the squeegee once you have it set how you want it. Make sure you wait to the end before you remove that clear protective layer from the vinyl wrap. It sort of acts as a protector to prevent you from accidentally scuffing up or ruining the finish of the vinyl wrap as you're applying it. At this stage, you're going to want to go ahead and hit the vinyl wrap with the hot air gun again. That's going to sort of activate the adhesive and really ensure that it makes a strong bond to the surface so it doesn't come up on you later. If you notice any bubbles or air pockets after you squeegee the vinyl wrap in place, it's okay to poke it with the tip of your X-Acto knife or a needle and then sort of squeeze the air out of the hole. As long as you use something very fine-tipped, very small to make the hole, it's not going to make any sort of noticeable imperfections in the finish after you're done with the vinyl wrap. But what you can do to sort of seal up the hole afterward is just hit it with the hot air gun again, and that should sort of make the vinyl wrap a little bit more malleable and kind of make it close up that hole once you've gotten the air out. The third mistake I made was not having all of the proper tools. I had the proper liquid mixed, and I had the proper squeegees to apply the vinyl, but I should have also had an X-Acto knife on hand instead of using the box cutter like I did here. The reason why I say this is because the blade of an X-Acto knife is razor thin. I mean, it's really easy to control. It really does not take much effort to cut through the vinyl wrap itself. So you run less of a risk of actually cutting all the way through the vinyl wrap and into the paint on the surface that you're applying the vinyl wrap to. The blade from a box cutter is actually, even though it's really dang sharp, it's really thick because it's meant to contend with the industrial strength cardboard of shipping boxes. So it's a little bit beefier, a little bit thicker, and it requires a little bit more pressure to get it to cut through the vinyl wrap, and unfortunately when you apply more pressure you can actually cut straight through the vinyl wrap and into the paint on the surface, which you don't want to do because then you can permanently scratch the paint. Another option you can use instead of using an actual blade is to use a product from 3M called Knifeless Tape. The way you would use it is you put it down on the surface first before putting the vinyl wrap down. Then once you put the vinyl wrap down and get it all done and finished, you pull up on that Knifeless Tape and it'll cut right through the vinyl wrap just like an actual blade, but without the risk of damaging the paint underneath. Mistakes and all, I still like the way this project turned out. I may still redo it in the future just to give it a more professional look, but for now I think it looks fine. I also went on to paint the rest of the see-through portions of the windshield a gloss white just to give the bike some more contrast up front. Well, that's going to conclude this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I have more videos coming, so if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I upload them. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Ride safe and have fun. Peace!